not all about clearing stuff out when you're resetting. It's also about choosing what you want to let in. And welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a video all about ways to reset for the year that are focused on bringing ourselves from the chaos and back into balance. So as I get more into productivity and tracking habits and making routines and just everything like that, resetting for the new year, I think it's really important to remember that we as humans function best in a state of balance. It is our most healthy state. If you think about our bodies and you think about homeostasis, which means our body is in balance. Homeostasis is when our body is at its healthiest. It's when everything is running the way that it should. And I find that this is the same way of life. Sometimes we get out of balance with our productivity and with our goals. Sometimes we elevate them and we make idols out of them, or we find our identity in them. And other times we get out of balance with unproductivity and we don't do anything. I find that spiritually, mentally, physically, in all areas, that balance is the best way to live. So I wanted to focus this video on things that bring us out of the chaos of this world, this fast-paced, crazy, productivity, motivated world, which is great at times, but bringing us back from that chaos as we start the new year and resetting in ways that will bring us back into balance. So here are some habits and things to organize for 2023. Let's get into it. This video is part of my plan for 2023 series, and I did a part 1, if you will, talking about my goals and my reflections for the year. If you want to see that, I will put a card up here somewhere. You should definitely go watch that one. That one was just made in order to inspire or encourage you, give you ideas on how to reflect, how to set goals, or even just some goals that you may think like, oh, like I want that goal as well. But now it is time to actually plan and prep for the year based on those goals. And the first thing I like to do before I plan and prep is do a reset. The holidays are a crazy time. Like, my house is a mess, my mind's a mess, my computer's a mess. Like, everything is just kind of out of order right now and I'm not liking it. So it is time to hit the reset, organize some things, reset some things in my life so that I can plan and prep for this new year. The first thing that I think is so important to organize before going into the new year is a productivity system. This sounds a little strange, but as I step into kind of this world of habits and goals and everything like that, I kind of felt overwhelmed and I felt like I was so disorganized. Everything was just everywhere. I had like a to-do list over here, I had goals over here, I had some stuff in my computer, and sometimes all of this can be really intimidating. And I think the biggest way to kind of reel it back in is to find one place to store all this stuff and find a productivity system that works for you. So whether this is a planner, a journal, Notion online, whether it's Google Calendar, I would recommend to go and write out what you need in a system, in a planner. Do you need it weekly, monthly, daily? Do you need all three? The best place that I found to keep everything in one spot is Notion. And this is not sponsored by Notion. I just saw so many people using it and I figured, like, what's the hype about? And so I use some templates and I'll leave the people down below. They're both YouTubers and I want to make sure to give them credit for these templates. I have my to-do list, my weekly planning, my monthly planning, my content planning, and my habit trackers, my goals, all of that is on this website. And okay, so the second thing that you can reset in order to kind of bring your life back to balance is to declutter your electronic space. I don't know about you, but I am on my laptop every single day, all day long. Decluttering your electronic space means a lot, but for me, the most important things are going through my photos on my phone, going through my notes in my iPad, and just making sure that those are all cleared out, uploading everything from my computer onto a hard drive and clearing my computer except for things that I really do need. I'm even thinking about doing a whole nother video talking about decluttering my electronic space because there's so many aspects of it that are important and that I do. It's probably my favorite way to declutter that I've always done. And it really does free up your mind. It frees up your mental space when you're on your computer, and it keeps you more simplified and on task instead of having all these distractions everywhere. So the next thing to reset, and I really think this brings so much more balance back into your life, is to reset your email. Email is just one of those things that gets so bogged down and cluttered, and you sign up for all of these things and then you get annoyed. And so what I mean by going through your email and decluttering it is going through your subscriptions, deleting, unsubscribing to ones that you do not use, that you do not want, deleting emails, archiving ones you need, and even just organizing it, making folders in your email. That doesn't mean you have to delete every single email, because I get that you need some, but get rid of all those subscriptions, all the temptations to buy things, all the distractions. Just get rid of them and simplify your email. Simplifying your email will simplify your life, I promise you. The next thing to hit reset on is your finances. Financial health is so important for everyone. It affects you mentally, it affects your spiritual health, and it can even end up affecting your physical health, obviously. So it is so important to bring yourself back to center and bring yourself back on the direction that you want to go with your finances, and assessing and organizing it is going to minimize some of the chaos in your life. I'm going to be doing a video talking all about my finances going into 2023, because I think this is such a big area, and coming up with a system that works for you can really make it seem more doable and make you more motivated to have control over your finances. So the next thing that you can organize and declutter is that pile of stuff that you said you were gonna get rid of. Now, I am trying to adopt a more minimalistic lifestyle, and so I've been decluttering more and cleaning more, but my issue is that when I declutter, I put it in a basket to get rid of, and then I never get rid of the basket. And I think that that just causes more chaos in my house, and I want my house to be rid of all that stuff going into 2023. So I am making a pile of trash, and I am just donating the rest of it. The next way to reset your life for 2023 and kind of simplify things is to declutter your desk space. Now, this is so important because your desk space is where a lot of your productivity happens, most likely for a lot of people. And I like have a basket down there where I put all my papers, and I have a filing system, but when I get busy, I just kind of throw stuff in there. So it's really, really good for you to go through your filing system, through your desk, get rid of stuff you don't use, shred papers you don't need anymore, just reorganize papers you do need to keep. It will help you know where they are for the next year, because if you just leave that in there year after year, you're gonna forget. So it makes you aware of what you have. It makes you get rid of things that you no longer need and clear up your space and have just a simpler space. The next way to reset for 2023 is to reorganize your dresser. Now, everyone says go through your closet, declutter your closet, and I do agree with that, but because everyone says it, I'm gonna say declutter your dresser. Okay, the next one is one of my favorites, and that is to simplify your spiritual life. I find that as a Christian, sometimes it can be really overwhelming, and you're supposed to read your Bible, and you're supposed to go to church, and you're supposed to do Bible study, and you're supposed to pray about this and this and this, and it gets so overwhelming, and there's a lot going on. What I'm gonna do this year is just go back to the basics. Like, everything was getting so confusing and extra and out of balance, and I feel like even sometimes when I was reading my Bible, it was out of balance in the way that I was doing it because I needed to, or I was praying because I needed to. And so just taking a step back and simplifying it, what do I need to do to have good spiritual health? And just simplifying it to that, and then letting it grow organically the way that the Lord wants it to grow, instead of creating a whole checklist that I want to do and just it being too much, me not fulfilling it, and then me discouraging myself, and then it's just like chaos and chaos and chaos. That's what the devil wants. So just simplify it. What are the basics? Go back to that. The next thing to do is to get off electronics at a certain time. So I can't give myself a bedtime. I don't know why. It's because I I feel different every night. I don't really know. Some days I want to read, some days like I don't, but I have given myself an electronic time. It allows me to just free up my mind before bed, be in the present, just hang out with my husband in the evenings, and get away from it all. I'm on it all day, every day, and it's chaotic to do that. And your brain can't think when you're constantly looking at a screen. And so I just find that that really simplifies my life and is so helpful to me. And it also allows me to go to bed earlier and do things that are more productive and stimulating and healthy for my life. Okay, the next way to reset for the year is to reset your habits. And I have been loving learning about habits. I've been reading the book Atomic Habits, and it's just been so motivating and encouraging. And so before 2023, I decided to sit down and write out all of my habits right now that I have, and then habits that I want to implement. And then I kind of set up a routine based on pulling from the good habits that I had and the ones I want to implement, and kind of ditching the old ones. I think it's a great way to actually simplify your life. I'm not saying go crazy and create habits for every second of your day, but maybe just think of a few that you want to implement. And I think that it will overall simplify and add value into your life. And think of a few that you don't really want to continue into the next year. The next place that you need to organize before 2023 is getting all of the random things out of my kitchen. I like put stuff in my kitchen, and maybe it's not your kitchen, maybe wherever you keep your random stuff, like clear that out. I put stuff in between my fridge, in between my cabinets. I put stuff in the bottom drawers. I like have like a fan I need to give my mom that's like shoved in the corner. Like I have stuff everywhere in my kitchen, and it's because I have no more space anywhere else in my house. But it is time to clear that out, get that out of there, get rid of it. And the next way to kind of click reset on your life is to pick an area that you want to learn about for the new year. And I think that this is such an amazing way to enter the year, because like I've been in college for 3 years now, and I felt like I have no mental space to learn anything else. And I hate that. Like I want to read books and I want to learn about this topic. And so I think by picking one topic or two that you want to learn about is a great way to enter the new year. It just challenges you intellectually and grows your mind and your knowledge. It's not all about clearing stuff out when you're resetting. It's also about choosing what you want to let in and what will better you. The last way that I am going to bring balance and get rid of chaos in my life is creating the habit of being silent for a portion of my day, being in the silence. I think that our world is so noisy and chaotic, and we always have music, and there's cars, and there's people talking, and there's chattering, and there's so much noise pollution going on. And then on top of that, we are always playing the TV or a YouTube channel or music. And I think all those things are great, but I think that stopping, taking a step back, and allowing silence into your life for even 5 minutes a day is so healthy and simplifies your life. I think it simplifies your brain. It gives your brain a rest. I can't help but think like back in the day, they didn't have all this noise. Like they just had nature, and it's just so beneficial for the soul, I think. And I am definitely going to be implementing that as a way to kind of bring balance back into my life and healthy living. Okay guys, so that is all the things that I have. This was kind of supposed to be just a more simple video with some cool ideas on ways to reset, organize, or just like intentions that you can do before the new year. I wanted to kind of think outside the box because so many people are doing these videos, and so I do want to do the normal like declutter my closet. I've started some of these, but I'm really going to focus on it after the holidays because it is the holiday season. We do need to enjoy it and rest and have some fun and enjoy our time with our families, and then we can hit it hard from the 26th to the 1st, and it'll be great. So I hope that this encouraged you. I did not make this to make you feel like you had to do all of these things, but I did make this because our world is chaotic, our world is crazy, and here are just some ideas and encouragement for you to reset and bring balance and just get ready for the new year. And I hope that you enjoyed it. Please like this video if you did. It really helps my channel, and hit subscribe. I would love to have you here and create a community in this next year together. I love you so much, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.